Hello, everyone. Welcome to Popcast Live. My name is John, and yeah, we're here tonight to do a little EFAP of the new Jurassic World trailer. And we got a guest in here, Mike. How's it going?
It's going well, John. Looking to fapping with you.
All
Excited
right.
to do
Yeah.
it. Yep.
My camera's been all funny or like pausing and stuff, so just ignore that if that starts happening. But do let me know if
Cool.
my audio starts skipping.
Mine's
feel like
fuzzy and
it's
poor quality, so we're good.
well, when I started our show last night, Anime One, it was I was very blurry for a while, so that was less than preferable. I think the difference is maybe now for everybody we're streaming to YouTube, X, and TikTok, and so last night was the first time that we were streaming to TikTok. So,
Damn, John, I'm famous. Oh boy. That's awesome.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. Andrea was our first follower on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I made one via Twitch
I'm
for the
sorry.
show.
That's too
So
bad.
is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I love you. I won't do that. I have enough. There's enough of those distractions. I can't imagine having like a fourth thing for people to be like pinging me with constantly throughout the day. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I was just watching a guy that's going through fun videos online of people having mental breakdowns, and but for whatever reason it came up about like how cell phones have, in their opinion, cell phones destroyed movies just because it's just made our attention span lesser and lesser and lesser. We can't concentrate on anything, so it's always got to be
Interesting. How long was that video?
Well, this was a live stream, so
okay.
this is a live stream, and then this is just someone commenting during the live stream. So
got it. I was really hoping that was going to be like a 12-second video. But that's really interesting. It's a good point.
Well, I just think that maybe maybe it's true that I don't know. I'd sit down and do a list of pros and cons, what the cell phone has given us and what it has taken away or altered in a meaningfully negative way.
Sure. I mean, that'd be fun to like sit down and do to just complete idiots who are far from experts in that field at all, just spitting out the dumb crap that comes into their brains and acting as if it's intelligent. Let's do it.
It's not, like trying to find objectively look, you want to say is using your phone to get from point A to point B or using a map, which is objectively better. Well, one can change as you change. You make a wrong turn, it adjusts, all that sort of thing. But you are, making yourself reliant on a crutch. So if you want to look at it that way. But when we look at a bigger picture of things, I think most people could probably agree the phone for navigation is a more convenient and welcome scenario. So like we don't have to be intelligent to figure that out.
Good, because we're not. So let's do it.
All right. Well, anyways, yeah, we're live in all these places. If I might end up turning off the streaming to TikTok, if this is what's gonna be causing it, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But we'll play with it for now. Follow us in all the places, be appreciated. But we'll get into the trailer in just a second. I want to ask you what your history / familiarity is with Jurassic Park / Jurassic World.
Oh, a crazy obsession as a child. I saw Jurassic Park in theaters. I was 5, and that sent me down a path of loving dinosaurs, reading about dinosaurs, thinking I knew everything about them, drawing them nonstop. My buddy and I in school we're considered the weird dinosaur kids. I had to become a jock just to offset that. Um, so there's that. I've read both Michael Crichton books. In fact, this kind of got me amped to start reading it again. To start with Jurassic Park and go through it. Um, Seen all the movies, the last three begrudgingly, but it's like the Fast and the Furious franchise, right? I flipping Can I swear? I probably can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I hate them. I hate those movies, but I
Okay.
cannot give up on it. I can't stop watching it. And Jurassic Park and now Jurassic World, that trilogy, it was the same thing. In fact, the last movie I was really, really amped to go see because I thought it was finally going to give me the thing that I've wanted since The Lost World, right? The movie Lost World,
Okay. Yeah.
which is dinosaurs roaming the earth, right? The freedom. And that's how it was marketed. They made an amazing short and put that out onto the internets that showed this campground basically being caught in between what I believe, if I remember correct, was an Allosaurus
Mm.
herbivore, right? Protoceratops, maybe something along those lines. And like that's how they sold it, and everybody was amped. And then we get into it, and it's just the exact same formula. So, I mean, even worse. So,
Sure.
very familiar. Absolutely hate the hybrid mutant monster crap that they have devolved into. Can't stand that. Not necessary. You already have the dinosaurs themselves that are genetically modified, right? But they're still dinosaurs.
Hmm.
That's a creature. You don't need to make this a monster movie. So hoping we turn a corner, go a different way.
Okay. Okay. Well, we share a lot of similarities then that I was unaware of, so that's cool. Also I think I was into dinosaurs before Jurassic Park, but
Mhm.
definitely Jurassic Park is what lit the fire.
Yeah.
And I saw it in the theater as well, 5 years old. Gave me nightmares for a long time, but I
Yeah.
loved it. Didn't deter me. Um I Every time I go to the library, you had to check out a book. It was always this dinosaur book, even if it was the same ones or whatever.
Yeah.
And I definitely regretted over the years not kind of keeping up on my dinosaur knowledge
Hmm.
because then it started to fade. Because I
Sure.
really was quite confident in like all of the new stuff I knew about dinosaurs. And then I wanted to be a paleontologist for a while. Like
Yep.
growing up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, have my parents will bring me out for a summer to Wyoming sometime, and be part of a dig or something. So yeah, that was definitely me. And then I'm seeing the Jurassic Park movies. I am a bit of an apologist for them. I think I was thinking about it today, and literally each movie gets worse over time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not over time. I mean, each successive movie is worse than the previous.
Yeah.
Um, but I still think the original three are all quite good. Like the first one, glorious. I really have things I love about the second one. The
Hmm.
third one, I think, gets an unfair shake, but
It's because
it's
Tia Leone
actually
is in it.
what's that?
It's because Tia Leone is in it.
No,
She was horrible.
no, I don't think I don't mind. I don't mind that. I mind kids in movies more than her. Um, but I think it's actually a pretty tightly constructed, exciting adventure movie.
Okay.
The dinosaurs still all look really good. They started doing the dinosaur showdowns there. Dino versus Dino kind of became a bigger thing there.
Yeah.
Um,
Became a bigger thing.
so yeah, yeah. And then Jurassic World, when I saw that first one, I thought, you know, well, hey, I didn't expect this series really to come back. I know there had been
Mhm.
rumblings for a long time, and then it did, and it's like, well, this is not bad I had fun in the theater.
Yeah.
The next one I saw was a pretty big step down. I think there were some cool, scary shots in it. But I really was left more disappointed with that one. And then the third one, I just didn't see. I heard such bad word of mouth. They were like going to draw me in with bringing the cast back, and I just didn't need to see those characters come back for just to be wrecked. So
it's an abomination. I mean,
okay.
across the board, in every way, it sucks. From writing, from concept, from marketing. I mean, directing. Like, it's just, it was awful. It was really bad. Yeah,
That's too bad.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to show, we'll get Tony in here too. Tony shows up.
Oh, nice.
Hey Tony, how's it going?
So I was
holy shit! Look at that facial hair.
I know, right? This is actually trimmed down too.
Nice.
I was laughing because I joined, and all of a sudden I just hear Mike go, "Yeah, it just sucks across the board. It just sucks." And I just started laughing because I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm in for a treat."
Mike hates something? No way. No way.
Mike hates, that's so rare.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, we'll get in it. We haven't gotten in the trailer yet, so we're not, the hate hasn't been about that yet.
No.
I wanted to do a couple show and tell things. I've got a physical copy, kind of a cool collector's one of the trilogy on DVD. So, you know, for you kids out there that don't know what DVDs are or whatever, yeah, it's a this nice like folding set of.
Is that a disc golf disc? Is that a putter?
Disc golf disc?
Yeah.
No, it's you put it in an MP3 player, right?
What's that?
Dad's video diary.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yes. No. Put in the DVD player, which you got to make sure you keep a hold of one if you want, because they're not going to make them anymore. Most of the companies are not I forget which ones have announced within the last few years or even this last year that they're not going to make DVD players anymore. Blu-ray players. So
Blu-ray players not play DVDs? I know it seems like a
no, I'm saying physical disc players. So like a new Blu-ray player, they're not going to make them. So the main brands. So it'll be like if you want right now a portable CD player, if you want to have one of those for whatever reason.
Whatever reason.
Yeah, well, you have CDs and you're going to plug it into a different stereo, whatever it is. It's you're not going to go buy a Sony yet. Sony doesn't make those. They haven't for a long time. You used to get to buy some brand you've never heard of from China or whatever, you know. So someone still makes one, but it's quality questioning and whatever. So the same fate will happen with Blu-ray players, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
So,
that's all right.
Well, I mean, that's why I have, you know, you got to keep the PS2 and the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, and those can all play any type of physical media. So I'm solid.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm not going to
keep those. Yeah, that's totally the deal. Keep those, and then, you know, if you have one breaks, then you got a backup. Yeah. Anyways, and I got this amazing book here that a friend gave me that's got like cards and posters and all kinds of cool stuff in there. Dennis Nedry's tag or whatever. So I'm like slowly going through this.
You didn't tell me to prep a show and tell for this. I have the collector edition right downstairs. Like, oh, geez, man.
And then I'm wearing this jacket that's got like patches,
dude,
and I've got like claw marks on the back.
Oh my god, look at that! That's raptor claws.
So I wear this for work all the time. It's my like kind of work thing, and then I do have a like Jurassic Park hat too. So
is that that looks like it would come right out of the second movie specifically, right?
I know, right? It's not that. This is this is U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife with a dinosaur on it. Ranger is listed on this side.
Okay.
It's a Jurassic World product.
So okay.
It's newer.
It kind of looks like the one that Sarah was wearing in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And actually, didn't she get she got jumped by a velociraptor. She had the backpack on, right? So it ripped the backpack off of her. So the claw mark on the back would have been all right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's true. Yep. I got my little lab technician badge here. I can clip that. I'm not sure. Whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, that's my show and tell.
Oh, Tony, you just get ready.
Setting,
John and I are going to
setting
stop every frame.
Tony, before we jump in the trailer, what's your history with Jurassic Park? How big of a nerd are you with it?
I think Jurassic Park for me was pretty much like any kid in our generation. You know, I got introduced to Jurassic Park on VHS, of course, and I must have been 8 when I saw it, 8 or 9, something like that. And we watched it for a family movie night. I didn't see it in theaters. I remember seeing it at home with the VHS, and I was like, "Oh, dinosaurs! Yeah!" I was like super excited, and I liked it. Like I think I watched Jurassic Park, the first one, multiple times, and then the second one and the third one came out. I honestly seen both, and I could not tell you anything about the third one because I feel like the second one and the third one kind of almost, in my mind, like seamlessly run together. I couldn't point out the difference between the two. It's been so long. Like I think I texted you guys earlier. I was like, it's been 20 years since I've seen Jurassic Park. Wow. Either the second or third one. I think I saw the first one like years ago. It was like on TV, and I watched it. But I loved like that. Okay. That was like dinosaurs, man. Like that was my thing for like 3 or 4 years when I was younger.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's I suppose you're a little younger than Mike and I, so you missed it in the theater. Yeah. But you should go back to watch 3 for sure, because I was just saying before that I think 3 is underrated.
Which one where they have like it's like a SUV or a bus that's like linked together by like you see city buses like the bendable. Oh, that's the second one. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's great. It's like hanging off the cliff. You know, they do the whole like this is where Uncharted got the idea. I'm sure. You know, falling through and climbing back up. It's a great sequence.
Yep. That might stick in my head. That and the waterfall scene might stick in my head better than almost any other scene in all of the movies. I don't know why, but Jurassic Park 2 just has those 2 scenes locked in for me. And the first one is by far and away my favorite. Still love the second one, but for some reason I love the T-Rex. Like I'm such a basic bitch when it comes to that. Like that is 100% my favorite. Always has been. Always a fanboy for that. And in 2, it really got to shine, right? It had its moment in 1, but in 2, it was like the guy or the mother and father were. So I think that's why.
And you the waterfall scene, you're talking about where the guy gets the coral snake that goes down his shirt.
Yes.
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 Yep, I know exactly.
Yep. And then Jeff Goldblum busts through it.
Yeah. Kid screams. Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
I wanted
little dinosaurs like eat the kid. That freaked me out.
Yeah, the compies, I don't know how to say the full name, but
Compsognathus.
Yeah,
that's actually that's in, if I remember correctly, that's the opening for Jurassic Park in the book. That's not Lost World. They like flopped them.
Sure.
Yep. Oh wow.
Mike, have you heard of Folio Society?
No.
If you're ever feeling like, someone you want to hint towards a gift or something like that to get you, Folio Society, they do special editions of all kinds of books. They have all the James Bond books. That's how I found them. But they have the 2 Jurassic Park novels, and you can get them as a set. And they're, more expensive, but they're real collector's edition things, and they'll do different art for them, and they're awesome. You can get all kinds. If you want to get the like Foundation trilogy, you want to get 1984, all kinds of different books, and then nonfiction as well.
Shut up! Yeah, the Foundation trilogy.
Yeah. So
buy that.
Cool.
I'm definitely eyeing a bunch to like hopefully get over the years, but yeah, Folio Society, I recommend them. So
is their special edition? Is it like white and red and black?
No.
Big thick like leather style cover with gold leaf.
Nope. That what you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. But it piqued my interest because you said it's the 2 books in one, and that's what this was. This is the Jurassic Park and Lost World combined into one.
Yeah. No, these look very like they have I think raptors and jungles and stuff on there. Let's see. They got the Dune books. I'm gonna see if I can quickly pull that up. Jurassic Park collection. Okay.
Ooh, the Foundation trilogy. Dude, you were not kidding. Those are spendy.
Okay, so here.
Oh wow. Okay. That's pretty cool looking.
So there you get like a leather looking dinosaur skin looking slipcase or something, you know.
Nice. Yeah.
Is this where you get the Dune books, John?
No, it is not. They do have Dune books here though. But yeah.
I have this one. Let me see. If I take this, am I going to break something?
No, I'm going to stop sharing and go ahead.
All right.
That Foundation series is $215.
Okay, let's see. How do I?
This is the thing I've got.
Okay, here we go. Oh yes, I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, you've seen it in Barnes and Noble 1,000 times, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
Is this like a Barnes and Noble thing, or a bunch of books they have in Barnes and Noble that are kind of very similar to this, where they're like leather bound on and they got like the gold. I have
Yeah.
Only
I
one
have
left.
Dante's Inferno in this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, nice. I do think it's yeah, I think it's a Barnes and Noble special edition type thing. I don't know why that's on Etsy. Someone's trying to scam. But only one left.
Only one left in my garage.
Right.
Okay. Here we got the trailer.
All right, you got that.
Say when you need me to pause, you can start talking. We'll try to adjust the volume. We can hopefully the volume's all right. And we'll go on.
All right, pause right here.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora.
Oh,
right. You can tell
I love it.
this movie didn't need to be made.
Why?
No.
Why?
I had to tee up for like 20 minutes in my head.
I mean, it is cool how the banners.
Oh, yeah. They do the falling thing. I love that.
All out from the first one.
It's in the first one, but the reason like I don't think I got overhyped when John's like, "Hey, did you see the trailer for this?" It's like, can we like stop digging this IP out of the ground and beating it with a stick? Because like the last few movies haven't been good. They've been like, "Hey, wacky shit with dinosaurs. Do you guys like that? Your kids will like that. Look at the Samsung and Verizon and Margaritaville and Starbucks branding we're gonna throw at you." Like, weird movie. It's like,
all right, Tony, you got to count the brands that you see in the trailer. All right.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives.
Not into the long grass.
I think this is a good setup. They're talking about the, that's the thing. Milking it till it's, completely dried up. What's our scenario here? What's our excuse? And so I like this concept that they're starting with, like that they're gonna have a medical breakthrough and there's a need for
It's such a load of shit, John.
what? I think it's a simple excuse to get people to an island here.
It's setting you up for the exact same plot that all 6 other movies have had, with the exception of maybe 3. It's exactly 3 as well. We need X excuse to go back to this island. That's what was supposed to be awesome about Dominion, is it was supposed to be nothing about going back to the island, and then they're like, we got you, sucker. They went back to an island.
We're going back to
So yeah, they're giving you an explanation for it, but dude, if the entire plot can be summarized in one line in the first 13 seconds of the trailer,
I kind of don't want anything. I don't want anything crazy. It just has to be well executed. It's not about the premise. You look at most Godzilla movies. Oh my God, a creature rises from the ocean. What is it? What do we do? Like it's what?
Okay, here's Godzilla movies have entered the realm of the Fast and the Furious. All right, you know what you're going into. Like, I'm gonna go see a Godzilla movie. You think I'm going to a Godzilla movie to see the plot? No, I'm going to a Godzilla movie because I want to see a giant dinosaur fuck up a giant monkey. That's why I'm going to see the movies.
So two things. One, that the exception can be made with something like Godzilla -1, right? It's not the same.
That is actually
formula.
a good one.
And two, that's my point. Is like you know what you're getting in for when you go to a Godzilla movie, typically. And so I want to know what I'm getting in for when I'm going to a Jurassic Park or a Jurassic World movie. It just has to be well done. Like it doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just be a good wheel.
No,
but
no. See, I call bullshit on that. That is why the last 5 movies have been failures, right, compared to the first one. Not to say that the second movie wasn't good and entertaining. It was the second best out of the series. But the first one, and to a small degree the second one, they were more than just they were more than a monster movie. It was commentary, right? Just like the novel is, on the hubris of man or the ego of man, thinking that he can control nature and control God, right? It was a sci-fi warning. Everything after that has been like, big monster, it goes roar. And that's why they suck. So you don't want that.
I think they do have other messaging in them. They just have deviated from what you're talking about, the core that Michael Crichton spoke on. They've gone to like they dipped into environmentalism. They dipped into like, there's a lot of things about like the uber wealthy and like what they, like what that does to a person, I guess. And there's different themes they do, yes. But
the theme is there, but it is overridden so hard by mutant dinosaur, scary thing, like that the underlying theme, it's super shallow, right? And that's what I'm saying with this. You don't want the shallow theme to be laid out in front of you. Well, that's what's going to happen.
And here's the thing: if they're going to do that, and then they lean into it, like they're like, "Yeah, this is you guys. The plot here is going to be us survive on the island because we need to grab this thing to make a medical advancement, and we need to all get off the island because, oh, lo and behold, the plane that was supposed to get off the island got destroyed, and now we have to find another way off the island," sort of thing, right? But if it tries to be serious, if it tries to be something we all know it's not supposed to be, like if it's like, here's the message, here's the theme, and we're taking this seriously, it's a serious dinosaur movie. It's like, but no.
Well, I will say a couple things, and then keep going on the trailer here. We talked about the movie trying to go back to at least tonally similar to the original. And then the writer on the film is David Cope, who has written a whole bunch of things, but including the original 2 Jurassic Parks. So
Okay.
Well, let's
he wrote the first 2 Jurassic Parks along with like he did let's see, Mission Impossible, the first one, Angels and Demons, Secret Window, War of the Worlds, Panic Room.
okay.
Yeah,
So
done a lot
he's
of
got
things.
pedigree. He's written some
Yeah.
good movies.
Who's directing this one?
The director is Gareth Edwards. Now, Gareth Edwards, you know, to me is hit and miss. The thing that he did well in my book is Rogue One, the Star Wars movie.
Oof.
Okay,
It's
that was
kind of
that's
interesting because he
good.
sort of took over.
Mhm.
But he
That's
also did 2014's Godzilla and then The Creator. So,
Holy fuck!
So
he's gonna make
2014
a
Godzilla was
movie.
pretty good.
No, he's gonna make it a Godzilla movie. Son of a bitch! All right, let's watch.
Comes
Let me
from the
know what we're
largest
getting into.
dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my god!
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
I mean, I'm excited to see Scarlett Johansson in something again, but is she selling me on the confidence that she's going to be able to protect me wherever we're going?
More or less.
Yeah, more or less.
That Titanosaurus shot was really pretty, right? That was really cool. It was really CGI, but it was really cool. I mean, dude, I wish they would get back to doing some more practical effects. That's part of what grounded 93. That's part of what makes it still live on today. It's part of what made it super cool as a 5-year-old and yet still also cool as a 35-year-old. Like, you know, I am 35 right now. They're missing that. I don't know if we can ever go back to it for the cost, but that scene alone, right? That's supposed to be your Brachiosaurus scene. That's supposed to be, right? Them looking up out of the Jeep being dumbfounded, right? We're doing a parallel here.
Right. Yep.
And this instead looks kind of like a video game. It's cool.
Mhm.
Looks really cool, but it's not grounded.
I agree. Completely agree. It's you know, I appreciated the new Alien movie because they really went practical effects on the Alien movies on this last one, and I loved that. And it's limiting, but
Mhm.
again, those limitations I've talked plenty of times before inspire creativity. Like sometimes, you know, that writing around something, no, that's not possible doing it this way, makes things better.
Yep.
When you
I
can
mean,
just
you got
imagine
dense
anything
fog,
you want.
right?
What's that?
You have dense fog right here. So you use
Yep.
dense fog to hide the animatronics to some degree, right? Make it have weight. This doesn't have weight, even though they're the largest creatures on Earth. That's what's weird about it. And the Brachiosaurus, like, it had that. So, yeah, still looks cool.
Yep.
I mean, more or less.
More or less? He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Move up towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but
I keep missing him. I'm trying to stop on him, but it's fun that Mahershala Ali is in this. Like, to me, we had a couple good
him.
actors. Yeah, he's
Isn't that Blade?
well, it was gonna be Blade.
Oh, that's done now.
You got
That's
He's
basically
killing
shut
dinosaurs
down.
now instead of vampires.
All right.
We gotta do it at night, guys. So yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson's underrated as an actress. So you know, I'm happy we got I think it's a
I
good
think they had to use
duo.
CGI because the animatronic budget was probably used on the bronzer they had to make Kurt tan. God, it's too too much.
Too tan.
No.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs. Do we have to get a sample from an
I
egg?
mean, that was a cool shot too. I like this. This looks good.
It is cool. Looks like a video game, but it's a cool video game.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how much is on location and how much isn't.
Even if it is on location, there's just something about it. Maybe it's the filters that they're using. Maybe they touched it up in CGI. Maybe they're going for some feeling. Or, I don't know. I think Thailand or something, but it's gorgeous. It just doesn't feel real.
Sure. Yeah.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg? I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Maybe we should make it quick.
Yeah, I do agree. A lot of movies are this way. It's sort of like became the Marvelification of a lot of stuff where it just does look, there's not a lot of soul to the look of it. It's just as clean and colorful.
Yeah, and you don't have to do the DC thing where you make it dark and gritty. Like there's a medium.
And Marvel went too far toward in Phase 4. The Infinity Arc, closed out really nicely. Some of the later Infinity Arc movies were a little out there, but when they first started up, like Nicole and I just started rewatching the Infinity Arc movies, and they really did develop a good sequence of this is a comic book movie, and we're gonna make it look like there's scenes like from direct comic stills. So the way that the poses are, and like the lighting, and like these shots that they do, even in non-action scenes, they try to make it look like you're watching a comic book come to life, right? A lot of it is the artistic style of the comic of Captain America or Iron Man. Iron Man definitely flashed up a bit, but as an essence. But to your point, like DC kind of took it in the opposite direction, where you can't see a damn thing when you're watching those movies because everything's shot at night with an iPhone camera flashlight as the light source for the entire scene. You can't see a goddamn thing in them. And I think there's this program, but it kind of lends to what you're talking about, where the Marvel movies weren't successful because they used a bunch of CGI. Like, goddamn, it's like 90% of that movie is CGI. That's not why those were successful. And I feel like a lot of movie producers and a lot of these people are trying to think like, oh, well, we'll just recreate, we'll use all that CGI because people love CGI. It's like, no, it's how it's used. It's how you're doing it that enhances and goes along with the story you're trying to tell. This looking at just the trailer, I think the cinematography is going to look, to your point, is going to be beautiful. But I also hope they don't do a lot of like, it's like one person talking, cut to another person, cut to another person, cut to another person. It's like, let the scene play out.
Yeah.
I disagree with basically everything you just said, except for the last bit.
Oh, this is great.
Of course.
The Marvel stuff, I'll agree in the sense that they kind of look like comic books in modern comic books. Modern comic books, when people started using their iPads or their Wacom tablets to draw, and you did a lot of it, it's all done on a computer, they lost a lot of the soul. Like, you don't see pencil marks. There's like, you pull up comics from the 70s, 80s, 90s, they have like distinct styles to them, distinct color palettes and stuff like that. Back in the day, Batman, they'd use blue for Batman, a lot in his outfit and stuff like that. They just had tones and colors, and they were gritty, and like you could see that someone drew this thing by hand or someone actually painted it. And when it moved to computers, it just started feeling fake. And so that's the style that Marvel replicated because they just did it in computers as well. Fake.
Mhm.
It's just clean.
But
And
you're comparing a hand-drawn medium to live-action cinematography. I'm like, what, you want them to touch them up with pencil lines? Like, no, it's when you look at how a character or a scene is posed in the comic book, like when they're drawing attention in one of the frames, they try to replicate that in the way Marvel shoots their scenes.
I mean, I don't disagree that they don't at times like say, oh, this will be fun to do this panel, and like do nods to certain shots or whatever that they've seen in comic books or whatever. That's fine. It's just, they're not saying anything. They're not bringing something artistic to it. They're not bringing me into it's like, that's why like the Batman, I absolutely love the cinematography of that because they do use fewer lights and it's like really thought out and it sets you in a different world. They used messed up lenses for that. So like with only a certain little bit of it would be in focus and all kinds of stuff. You watch something like Seven or I watched Long Legs, a bunch of different horror movies. Like they really set you in a different tone. And I get Marvel, they were going light and fluffy and everything. It's fine. But it's just that we got a decade of light, fluffy, clean CGI. But to your point, it's not why we liked it. It was in spite of the CGI and the whatever. It's because they had effective stories and interesting characters. Like that's what mattered. But I don't think anyone should hold up most of the Marvel movies as like, cinematic vision. You can go back to popcorn movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, and those have a lot more interesting looks than the Marvel movies.
Agreed with that point specifically.
Let's get rolling
right,
with
dinosaurs.
this nerd with the.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Listen,
He's just going to go right over the edge too.
I was going to say suspend disbelief, but yeah, your 125-pound ass is going with that dude. That's adorable. Well, she's strong. Yeah.
Or your legs are breaking. We'll see what happens.
Physics doesn't exist. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why she like Scarlett Johansson worked to me, and this is not a popular thing, but in the Ghost in the Shell movie, but she's like got a fake body, so now she's human.
It's not the first movie to do it. It's not going to be the last one.
Right.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors.
See, these shots look better. We're getting, it's getting dark. We're toning things a lot with let's light with the flares. That stuff's good.
Call back. Did he say
yep.
they're raptors? Tell me I'm hearing this wrong. Tell me I'm hearing. He goes, tell me those aren't raptors. They're raptors. Say I didn't hear that.
That's
No,
just,
I don't think we heard that.
Were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst.
It does sound a little like raptors.
Is he supposed to be British? What? Is there an accent I'm not understanding here? He said raptors.
But I don't think the British people say raptors.
I don't know if they do either.
He is English. He's in I've been told he's in he's a hot guy from Bridgerton and also in Wicked.
Dang, that dude's career is killing it. All right.
Yeah.
I heard raptors.
Is he playing Bridgerton?
I don't know. I don't watch that.
Not that I would know.
Sure, bud. He's one of the guys that are screwing a 13-year-old in it. In your favorite show.
That's
weirdo.
Literally everybody in that show.
He plays Lord Anthony Bridgerton in Bridgerton.
Oh, he's the guy. I
don't know who that is.
All right. Look at the size of this.
This hand coming here.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
It's a foot.
Yeah.
On its knuckles?
We're left here.
Yeah. Okay, we can't have. That's I didn't see that the first time I watched it, but hopefully we don't have too many. Hey, you remember the old ones? Because right now we had, like you say, the inspiring look up kind of shot. We have the raptors like claws going underneath the thing, and now we have a flare like Dr. Malcolm or something, you know.
Also,
Which they also did in the first Jurassic World.
can we
Okay,
just
I don't remember
take
that
a
one.
pause here? And let's talk about the plot being strong here. Why are there kids on this island with
Because there's
the
dinosaurs. Kids like
medical
dinosaurs.
expedition to the place that no one is stupid enough to go to?
Wait, are we seeing this as a kid here? This guy? Who's
No,
a kid?
keep going. Keep going. Watch.
Raptors. The worst of the worst. We're left here.
Okay.
Right there. What is she doing? Why is she here?
Hey, first of all, that could be a boy. Second of all,
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
That's a
It's
fair point.
it's
Why is it here?
tradition.
It's there to
Yeah,
sacrifice the T-Rex god.
Well, I hope there's not people that are on this island and they, you know,
You mean like
I don't know.
Kong
They can't
Skull
do it.
Island?
They can't do a whole sneak into the thing again, right?
It's exactly
I want to
what
come
they're
with
doing.
you, Dad. You think so?
Oh, the kid sneaking in. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not like they thought he was going to be a valuable asset to their mission. Like, so it doesn't
He's
leave you a
got
whole lot of
small
options.
hands.
It's either Kong Skull Island, and there's this indigenous group that also has backpacks, right?
Yeah. And printed tees. Yeah.
Yeah, or he snuck on in.
Yeah.
We're quite an advanced tribal group. We have a Jane Sport outlet.
Everybody has Amazon, bigots.
Yeah.
Vegas.
I don't know. That is a good question. You know, maybe it's maybe this is a flashback for someone. Maybe this is maybe this is something that's not on the island. You know, this was something that occurred elsewhere. I don't know.
Let me ask you this. We all saw Jurassic Park when we were kids. Do either of you think Lex and Tim made that movie better? Or were they just fucking annoying from the very goddamn start? Because I have hated them for forever. Even as a kid, I was like, get off the fence. Get off the fence as a child.
agree.
And then
I
turn
agree.
off the fucking light. Like, even as a
Yes,
fucking kid, I remember hating those two.
I agree. It's what started me not liking kids in movies. You know, so I don't like. I've never watched The Goonies because I don't want to see that. I don't want, you know, like there's all kinds of movies starring kids. Like I'm hesitant to watch things like that's why I didn't watch the first season of Stranger Things. The wait is always like, oh, you got to watch Stranger Things because I don't want to watch a show about kids. They make everything worse. I don't want to watch ET ever again. Never again. Like I don't. So yes, I completely agree.
who
I
is
saw
this
this as kids and I don't like it.
John just fucking bringing fire to this.
But I have
mean,
kids now and
you-
I'm adult, so maybe I'd see it differently. I don't know. Not because now kids affect me and stuff, you know, like immediately. You know, it's way different. So
You torched it so hard that Mike just had to leave.
yeah, I don't know what happened there. There we go.
I dropped too many F-bombs, got booted.
No.
The FBI agent was like, nope, you're done.
You're done. Get out. Get out. No, it's one of those things where like we're really hoping they're not like, hey, do you remember nostalgia? Do you just play some member berries with Jurassic Park? Now kids. Like in the first one, it made sense why the kids were there. Like it wasn't that this
Yeah.
thing was like supposed to be some dangerous expedition. It was they wanted to go see their grandfather, and so they just happened to be in that situation. And I think they did a really good job utilizing what these kids would be like in this situation. They weren't heroic. They weren't, game changers.
Mostly, yeah.
They were scared shitless the entire time. And it brought a little bit of fun.
I mean, Lex literally saved their asses by turning on the power. And she knows this. It's a Linux system. She literally saved their ass.
No, they contributed, but yes, they were a realistic representation of what a child could be like in this situation, and they did a good job with it. That's why
Agreed.
yes, they're frustrating because they make the decisions of children, absolutely. And I think in the second one,
I'm sorry, John.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The way they teed this up, there's no reason for kids to be on this island or in this expedition at all.
Right.
So when I see this, I immediately think you are shoehorning kids in this to make it relatable or to bring a young audience to this movie.
Right. Yep. No, that's a good point.
You guys remember all those dinosaurs that walked on their knuckles that had super giant long claws that weren't, pterosaurs, which aren't dinosaurs? You guys remember all those ones? It's really fucking cool. So stupid. You have Godzilla. If you want to watch that, watch Godzilla.
Well, that was there was that. Missing it. So what they're saying is that this is their mutant dinosaur in this one that is inspired by a xenomorph, a rancor, and then a T-Rex. So this is their messed up one.
That's the freaking rancor.
It's inspiring me to not watch this.
That is a rancor, dude. That's straight up a rancor.
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong.
I mean, see, he looks cool there.
No, he doesn't. That is a different movie. Get on it. God damn it. What is this little baby T-Rex arm? He's already got 2 giant arms. You telling me this is like a 6-armed fucking Pachycephalosaurus T-Rex Godzilla having
Get him, Mike.
God.
Get him.
Why? Why does that need to be in this? The concept, dinosaurs, they're already foreign. They're already extinct. It's already sci-fi. You don't need to add this dumb shit. It hasn't worked any of the times you've tried it.
But
did you know that Jurassic Park 4 was going to be human dinosaur hybrids with rifles? It was going to be, they were trying to militarize. You remember how Owen Grady is doing his woosah shit? Yeah. Because they were going to, the original concept there was they were going to be militarized. And they're fucking, they scrapped that for a reason, but this is what they were going to look like. Only human size.
See,
it sounds awful.
I remember those rumors. That's why I say for years there was rumors. It's like, oh, just don't do it. Just don't do it. That sounds awful. And then it's like, well, they kind of did in the sense that they learned to communicate and control a squad of raptors. It was a half step. So they were still that same idea, but the hybrid element of it and the strapping on weapons and stuff wasn't there, thankfully. But no, I completely agree. It's not necessary.
Do you want to know what I do want to see? If they're going to do this, though, I say just go balls to the wall. I want to see a velociraptor, but I want them to put on a backpack that has roll down rotator.
The kid is a velociraptor.
And they're like, get him, raptor. He's like, rah!
They're not far off from your dream, Tony. They're
I'd
getting
pay
there.
$20 to entertain myself for an hour and a half of watching a raptor mow people down with guns on its shoulders.
It's called Beast Wars.
So this is Rebirth. So Jurassic Park has a series of video games, right? Like the IP has actually been steadily being used for a long time. So there's a series of mobile games. There's a series of like it's essentially The Sims, except
Park
you're
Builder.
building a Jurassic Park complex. Yep. And in the Park Builder, you can breed and genetically alter hybrids. Right. I played the living crap out of the game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in a video game. And it's also a lot of fun because what you're doing is you're taking like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and I don't know, whatever, a Spinosaurus, right? And you're making a hybrid of them. Okay. Except it's still a fucking dinosaur, right?
It still
Like
looks
at the
like
end
one.
of it,
Yeah.
it's still a dinosaur. Yeah.
They're two feasible dinosaurs that could breed
What are we
together.
doing?
Yeah.
Right. So that's been happening. And then you have like Camp Cretaceous and stuff. My son has watched that a whole bunch. Right. And they deal a lot with this hybrid stuff and how Indominus Rex wasn't the first and wasn't going to be the last. Indoraptor, right? They're just a line of these. And then you have like a Scorpius Rex or something like that. Right. There's a lot of it. But they all still look like dinosaurs. Scorpius Rex, ugh, barely. But like, what are you
It's still
doing
not
with
necessary.
this?
It's still like, right. I agree.
No.
They've gone down a path that I wish, and this being Rebirth, being kind of, that's what I'm excited for. It's like, if there's going to be some semblance of a fresh start in this IP, this is the movie it should be with. So it would be nice to see them forego that type of thing, that element, but it ties into their plot, that the first dinosaurs they were trying to make, they made these ones that were like too big, uncontrollable. They were going to be a disaster. We couldn't put them in the first version of the park. Wasn't going to work out.
Then you'd kill them.
Right.
Like nobody in their right minds would leave this thing alive for any reason.
Right. Yep.
I get that. And you know what? Props to you because that does make sense, right? Whatever happened to all the failed experiments? Okay. All right. I'm with you. But why are the failed experiments chilling with the successful experiments?
Yep. Yep. They were supposed to have their lysine deficiency and it didn't work out.
I actually had to look up Jurassic Park Dominion, which is what you saw me flipping between here because I was like, what the third?
Dude.
I don't know why I didn't even realize they made a movie.
It had so much potential. It was marketed so well. All right, let's.
Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur. Defend
Okay,
territory.
definitely a kid there. Just saw the kid again. They placed him in the scene.
Let's
Definitely
see
was
it.
the kid.
Let's see it.
The guy was holding on to the kid.
They're helping the mosasaur.
Yeah, right there.
So,
well, we were just sailing off the coast of this island and we got caught up.
Absolutely. Who's this woman in like the Palooza outfit? And why is she there?
Maybe they contracted a small like shipping company or whatever, family owned little thing to bring them to this island. Again, they were supposed to just drop them off, whatever, and they got stuck in some shit.
Maybe go parasailing,
Hey,
right?
Yes.
I know that we're going to this
that's
island that quote unquote nobody's stupid enough to go to, so they don't have any government regulations because nobody can get in there. I got to take this team here. I'm going to bring my daughter with them because it's going to be quick in and out.
There'll be something like they can't let other people know that they're going because the greedy corporations will get their hands on the other on what we're doing here, and so we can't tell the military or something like that. So we have to keep it on the down low, and that's why we're going in with minimal resources using a family's little boat or something.
Okay, so is this a continuation of the story, as in Biosyn existed and then collapsed? You know, when it was brought forward that they created sorry, this is all Dominion shit. They created locusts that were dinosaur genetically engineered locusts that were killing everything, right? So that they could destroy competitors' crops, right? Blah blah blah. Okay, that's what happened in that. So obviously they were exposed. So now this is post Biosyn, and this is a different company, because when they were in there, there was InGen logos, right?
Mhm.
InGen going all the way back to 2, 3, right?
Oh, we lost you. I can't hear you.
Well, even 1,
There you
right?
go.
They were the ones that Hammond
There you
did.
go.
So
Yeah, you're
point is, Biosyn's gone, and we're seeing InGen stuff. Are these people working for InGen? Is this a new company?
Yeah, no idea there. No idea.
well. They are going back to the original. Like they were at the original labs, and InGen did get there at some point. I don't remember which movie it was in though. So
Well,
they could be
InGen,
just left
Yeah.
off.
InGen was always Hammond's group. Well, he
Mhm.
didn't own them. He contracted them, right? But they were the first ones that helped develop the dino DNA, right? They were always good. And then Biosyn was Nedry, right? That's who he was trying to steal this all for, right? When the Dilophosaurus ate him.
Mhm.
So, and then that finally came back in the 4th one. So I guess I'm wondering if we're looking at another new group, another new business, or if it's just InGen resurfacing.
Right.
All that to
Yep.
say, why the fuck is the Mosasaurus like 120 feet long?
Because it's a super mutant one.
Yep. All right, cool.
Defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Okay. There is nothing to say that Spinosaurus or Suchomimus or any of the Spinosauridae would actually be in that kind of depth of water.
Yeah, swimming.
And, yeah, and I'm a little tired of this whole idea of like, well, they're just genetic. Fuck off. That's just you making it a monster movie. I hate that. I don't like it. We're talking swampy areas, shallow waters. If they're out in a big water like that with big currents and they have this giant sail above them, that's just going to knock them the fuck over, right? It's not. They've talked about this. Like, yes, aquatic. Yes, capable of swimming. Yes, shallow water, right?
Mhm.
Fish eaters, aka not going to attack the giant fucking boat for their mosasaur butt buddy. What is this? My God. What does the mosasaur even need their help for? He's 120 feet long, according to this. Spinosaurus are like 50 feet long. This thing is like 3 times the size of them. We know that because there's 3 of them there, and he's as long as all 3. What does he even need them for? Get out of here.
Well, do we know as helping? Like, we don't know the scenario that's really playing out here exactly.
Okay,
He just said it,
so
though.
if that's not the scenario, then he literally said it, and their paleontologist is a fucking moron. John, he says
it's
it
like
word for word.
Okay, maybe they got got from the first one, they made their concessions. They had their yes, Velociraptor are small. They're we modeling these after Deinonychus, but people can't say that word or whatever. That's not marketable. So we gotta call them Velociraptors. We'll make that. So ever since that concession, it's like we can make concessions all over the place, I guess. And maybe it's just
right.
and it's just kept going from there.
Stalk, hunt. As we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur. Defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of
like they're crows helping wolves. Fuck off. You're talking about apex predators doing this. You know, you don't have fucking wolves aren't helping bears.
What's getting
The mic gets too heated, and then it just cuts. Oh, there
Get
he is.
out
It
of
cuts
here,
out
dude.
in the middle of his like massive
This
rant.
is-
I'm like, no, I need to know about the wolves helping bears.
Wolves don't help bears. Two apex predators don't do that. That's not how this shit works. You don't have fucking jaguars that are, diving into the water, catching a caiman so that the green anaconda can roll up and eat that shit. Get out of here. This is ridiculous. You think hyenas are hooking lions up with some dinner? Fuck me.
And I don't know why, but I am like 100% thinking of the other guy's rant that Mark Wahlberg does, where he's like, if I was a lion and you were a salmon, I would go out of my way to eat you.
Okay. Well, in summation, I'm going to say that Mike's frozen in there, but I'm going to say that Mike seems less than excited. Less than excited. Less than optimistic.
What I'm excited for is realizing that Mike has an unparalleled knowledge of dinosaurs that I had no idea that he had. And that makes me very excited. And I will say, I think anybody who watches this, like, could this movie be good? Yeah, this movie could be entertaining in the way that, like, it doesn't try too hard, and you're going out there and you're gonna have a rip-roaring good time. Because you're turn your brain off for an hour and a half and just watch an action adventure movie, right? Like that could totally be what this is. But there's in today's movie, life cycle, I sit here, the only thing I think of when I watch this is just a desperate cash grab where they're going to bank on nostalgia, getting people into the theaters to watch this movie because there's no other selling point as to why this movie exists.
But that was the last one. That was the last one. That's why it's like, okay, this is, what's that?
And it worked. Why not do it again?
Did it?
Worked.
I did it? I don't know that it worked. Well, okay, but I don't think the movie did well. It's a diminishing returns.
It is, but that's to Tony's point. Like, you're just using this to get someone into the theater. Their review of it be damned. As long as they sat their ass in the theater. I don't know. Neither of you saw that one?
No.
I never saw it. And what's really funny is you mentioned the locust thing, and I'm like, oh, I actually was like, I walked in, and I was visiting my parents, and my dad was watching a movie with locusts, like these giant locusts, like in a lab that were like flying around inside of like a contained room.
Yeah.
That popped in my head. I'm like, oh, so that was Minion. Yeah, I watched like 15 minutes of that movie.
Sure. Yeah. Dr. Alan Grant had to sneak out locust fucking DNA. Yeah.
So, to my utter disbelief, the last Jurassic World movie actually made over $1 billion.
See, I'm telling you, the marketing for that movie was phenomenal.
I know it was. I agree. I was at a point where I couldn't. So it's 2022. I just couldn't go out to see a movie immediately necessarily, and I waited for reviews, and the reviews were absolutely terrible. So I stayed home.
It was legitimately the biggest bait and switch I've ever experienced in my life. It was as if the movie I went to see was like as if they flipped it on me. They hit the wrong button and they showed me something else. That's how bad it was. And then the motherfuckers end up on a goddamn island again. And I'm like, are you shitting me right now? The whole concept was that it was supposed to not be that. Yeah, it was frustrating. But my son loved that shit. And I was just like, fucking goddamn it. He's like, Blue, I love Blue. Blue has a baby now. Where's Blue's baby? And I'm like, no.
See, you have to watch what they consume more, Mike, because they have no standards as children. So you have to like create those standards for them and filter it all out.
Dude, I thought I was being like my parents. My parents didn't know what Jurassic Park was when they brought me in, or they would never have brought a 5-year-old into the movie theater to watch people get torn apart.
I know. Yep. Same. My sister was 4. Yeah.
I will say that if you're just gonna go at this and be like, you need to kill your child's dream of seeing a raptor go and do cool raptor stuff, there are other hills to die on.
But we have the first 3 Jurassic Park movies. That's my point. And kids will watch the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. If I introduce my kids to Star Wars, I don't have to show them the other ones. They're fine with 6 movies.
Mm-hmm.
They can watch the cartoons too if they really wants to, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, so, yeah.
Tony said it at the very beginning. Why do we need this movie? And we fucking don't, bud.
Well, I feel depressed now. That's perfect. Perfect note to end on. No, that's great. I agree with what you guys are saying pretty much. So I will hold out hope that it will be an entertaining ride. I anticipate hopefully seeing this one versus not seeing having seen the last one, but we'll see. Maybe it'll just inspire me to go back and watch the old ones again. Like you say, Mike, maybe read the books. I haven't read through the books all the way, so yeah. Yep.
Hey, one positive. T-Rex river scene looked cool.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Yep.
Because it's a real dinosaur.
It's a real dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining me for this EFAP session of the new Jurassic World movie trailer. We should definitely do more of them. The other trailers that come out that you're interested in. Let's
FAP
pull those up as well. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Thank you, guys. We'll see everybody next time.